Good evening. It's Father Joseph Swaden. I'm sorry if I ran a little bit behind. Looks like I'm waiting on Bishop Enoch. I'm not sure. Ever since he started doing recordings of the services, that's the last I heard from him. I assume he's doing something with that. So hopefully he'll be here soon. Today's going to be an interesting show. Of course, as always, it's Sunday, so anybody can call in live just by using the link in the blue banner on the top of the chat. Today we've got a couple of simple topics. They're not too big, but we'll start with the first one. As you know, with this week being having been Church New Year on the 14th Gregorian and the first Julian, we're going to open up just right. We're going to open up with an open debate challenge. I'm not saying right now. I'm saying that reach out to everyone. We're trying to see what we can do. We want to get any challenge. We've been looking for challengers from World Orthodoxy. They're welcome on this channel. We have done a couple of those on the Crucible, but we have basically one last debate, which I'm kind of holding out on. But I'm glad to take any of them here. Recently, there has been a debater, for those who follow us in the Discord, you know about this, who argued with Jay Dyer on some scholastic thing, and I've been challenging him even today to come debate Orthodoxy versus Catholicism, even on the Crucible channel. They know about it, and so far he refuses to answer. So I'm assuming that that's not going to happen. But recently there was also some people from the Monophysite or Oriental Orthodox side who wanted to have a debate, and they wanted to do the little picture spam thing on Twitter, and I don't do that. But I am willing to have that debate. We're looking for formal debates. I'm a little sad. I have started seeing comments that we covered in a Fatima roundtable that was done on Michael Lofton's Reason and Theology. He took down that video. That's a shame. I'm hoping that somebody has a copy and somebody can find it, but I'm kind of doubtful at this point. It's been about 2 years. So again, new year, new debate challenge. Who wants to challenge the Orthodox faith? As we find more and more, people are finding fewer and fewer arguments against it. And so what we're doing is we're seeing, who's got that last argument. I've noticed the bigger debaters try to skate around it. Good evening to everyone, by the way, and see that in the comments there. See some hellos and good evenings, and so basically, it's good to have everyone on. So that is right now. I think that's kind of where we are. We're kind of at that. We were at this stage before, and then everything kind of jumped up when we did the Crucible debates. That kind of changed things, and people got paid more attention. We were looking for more debates, but we're back at that one punch man phase where it's kind of like we've gone back to silence, and there's no, we're like, you want to debate us, and you just hear nothing back. And this, we're kind of used to that. We are used to that, so that's a good thing. If there's one thing that is nice about being in a position where nobody can seriously challenge the faith, that means the faith is largely unassailable. But people are still doing it, mostly like, behind the backs of others and things like that. It's kind of sad, but what are you going to do? So, as I mentioned, if anyone wants to reach out, because we do, as I mentioned, we do religious debates here. I don't really do any other ones, simply by my nature. It's and for other reasons as well. But so that's kind of where we are. We've got this open debate challenge. We're going to keep this up. If anyone, any intrepid explorer of YouTube suddenly passes by and sees the magic words, maybe they'll click on the link. Maybe we'll see a debate tonight. Who knows? But while we are waiting, I am going to just bring that up. I'm going to probably bring this up every 20 minutes or so for as long as we run the debate. I don't know when Bishop Enoch is going to be here, but we're going to take it down now. Now this is an interesting. Sorry about that. This is an interesting topic here. Yesterday, I received in the mail, and I'm still trying to find the person who sent it to me so I can thank them, because I really appreciate it. Even if I may not give the most positive review. The book I'm referring to is the St. Patrick's Prayer Book. Apparently, it was first published in 2022, and it says on the cover here, Daily Prayers and Devotions for Orthodox Christians of the Western Rite. Just one moment. Okay. I've taken a few pictures. I'm not sure how I'm going to share them. I'm going to try to figure that out. And let me see here. What does this slide do? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm not using slides. Okay, so I guess I'm going to try to find a way to share pictures. And so that's we'll start with that. First off, I want to say that the book is very small. It's I would say probably. I mean, it's I think it's like 80 pages. Less. It's closer to 65, 70 pages. So it's a pretty short book. And it does say in the beginning that it's meant kind of to be used for household use, and I can respect that. A surprise for me was the use of two-color text. Boy, oh boy, I really wish I had a way to share this. I'm going to try this. Give me one moment. See if I can kind of, let's see here. So if I download it, okay, I've already downloaded it. So now if I just present, okay, I can't do that. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm just going to have to put this on a page somewhere and figure that out. Yeah, now this is an interesting point. Somebody says American monarchist says today Western Rite, tomorrow false union with Rome. The truth of the matter is, I've been addressing this on Twitter with people saying this. Apparently, recent very pro Antiochian Western Rite apologist, not sure who it is. There is a suspicion it's a guy named Codex Justinianus. However, that's a suspicion. Don't know if it's him. Apparently has apostatized, become a Roman Catholic. No surprise there, considering the heavy papization of the Western Rite in the Antiochian and other, the ROCOR. So less so in the ROCOR, but more in the Antiochian Western Rite. And uses basically, unfortunately, when you start going Augustinian, and what I mean by this is very specific. Augustinian thought, or I should say Neo-Augustinian thought, is the proper way to describe it. Neo-Augustinian thought basically is the foundationalism for Roman Catholicism along with scholasticism. It is not truly Augustinian, if we're talking about that, because St. Augustine did not cover a lot of the concepts that these people have and would use in their scholastic backgrounds. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that comes out of these Western Rite groups that, came from Anglicanism or Roman Catholicism, unfortunately, are still very Anglican and Roman Catholic. And while I'd like to say that this prayer book is an exception, again, I do want to thank the person who sent it to me. It's also got this problem. And we're going to go into a little bit of detail as to why in just a moment, as soon as I can start presenting, which I will do as soon as I have an image. That's what I'm going to do. I know I doubt. Well, that's a good one. Somebody's 90% sure it was Codex, but we don't know yet. Even better, pseudo-Augustinianism. I think that's a fantastic point. It is not, since it is not actually St. Augustine's thought, but actually, the thought of much later scholastic writers. I'd say that that's a very accurate description. Pseudo-Augustinianism sounds really good. So I'm just downloading all the pictures that I was going to use to share because I realized I didn't have a way to share them. And because I don't want anyone to come off like, oh, he's just saying that because he's a partisan or anything like that. No, it really has nothing to do with that. If I see a good Western Rite work from somebody who's not in our churches or dioceses, I'm not going to attack it. I'm going to say that there's positives to it. The problem is that this is not, that's not the issue here. All right, so I think I've got something here. Okay, so let's get started. Hold on, please. I'm going to just move this up here, put that there. Okay, and let's share. I gotta present, share screen, window, bingo, got it. Okay, so here we are with the first page of the St. Patrick's Prayer Book. As you can see, um, it's not bad looking in terms of what it is. It's got like as I mentioned, it's got the two inks. So it does have red for rubrics, which is really nice for such a small book. It's got a cute little picture of St. Patrick there. It's not an icon, but it's some picture from Henry Edward Doyle or something. And Sava makes a very good point. This is something Bishop Enoch covers, and not only covers, but also puts up very often on his Gab account and in his True Western Orthodoxy blog. But yeah, there's a lot of forgeries that are not St. Augustine's. There's a lot of interpolations in St. Augustine's work and others that is not taken seriously. Okay, so outside of the fact that it kind of looks like an RC prayer book, I'm not too concerned about that. There may be a stylistic reason for that. It's nice. Now we get to the table of contents. And this is where we start having problems. There's an introduction, fine. Common forms of prayer, we'll get to that. Prayer for various occasions, we'll get to that. Remember, this is only like a 65-page book. Prayers at table, this really, there's an oddity about that. The gospel canticles, that's actually from different hours of the day, perfectly fine. Psalm 51, yeah, we're going to get to that, all right. The Te Deum, the Most Holy Rosary of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And yeah, so as you can see, I'm already having a few issues with this without having gone past it, but we go to the next page and we get to, let's see here. That's my radio light. Okay. The uses are not exactly the same as what we would do. For example, they use the full Roman Catholic Hail Mary. In the Western Rite, what that we use, we basically stop at "Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus." As you know, in the Byzantine Rite, that goes for "Thou was born the Savior of our souls." But the Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death, amen, is Roman Catholic. I know that from way too many rosary days. Glory be is fine. The Apostles' Creed is fine. The Confiteor is fine. We get to the next page, and this is where it starts getting a little odd. The reason I say that is because we have prayers for blessing of a table, which involved, you start with the Our Father and, a couple of signs of the cross, Lord of mercy, bless. And then you can say this, bless our Lord, and these gifts which we're about to receive from the bounty. The reason why I'm confused by these prayers is because even though they are valid Western prayers, he then includes them later on. Oh, no, that's the rosary page. Sorry, guys. He includes them later on with the full prayers. So it makes no sense. It's kind of like, why not just leave the ones with the prayers at table, take those out of there, put something else in there. But there's other stuff in here that kind of made me like, what? Like, I'm not sure about the St. Michael prayer. If we use that, that sounds like the one that they use in the Roman Catholics. The act of faith and hope and love and contrition as a substitute for confession. This is basic Roman Catholicism. The Sarum prayer. I've been using the Sarum right for, I guess, like probably over 10 years. And I don't know this prayer. Maybe Vladika Enoch does know this prayer. I have a feeling it is not very important. There is a section just for the Lorica of St. Patrick. Again, I'm not sure that that's used liturgically anywhere except maybe on his feast day. And I'm guessing because I've never heard it. So a lot of these are kind of just Roman Catholic prayers. This made me mad. Any traditional version of the scriptures, whether it's the Septuagint, whether it's the Peshitta, whether it's the Vulgata, the Vulgate, they all label this as Psalm 50. In our prayer books, it's Psalm 50. In the most known Psalter in the Orthodox English-speaking world, it's Psalm 50. Why? Because we defer to patristically approved texts. Psalm 51 is an introduction from the Masoretic. There is no justification in using this. It made me sad. I was happy to see Psalm 50, and then I was like, 51? And I was like, no, very, very depressing. Let me see here. And let's see. I think that might be the end. Here's the Most Holy Rosary. Thankfully, it does not include the new super mysteries, the super luminous mysteries, or whatever that John Paul II created. Or it's just these, the typical 15 in Roman Catholicism that we also should not. We're not supposed to be doing this. Let me see here. Give me a moment. So I'm going to close this here, and we're going to go back. Now, here's let's see here. And American Monarchist says, being a catechumen in Antiochian Archdiocese, North America, is why I'm more skeptical of Western Rite, because, as you mentioned, Antiochian Archdiocese is more Augustinian. Well, it's not really Augustinian. It's Roman Catholic. The word is Roman Catholic, okay? It's Anglican. It's not Augustinian. It's literally these same groups, kind of, that just keeping as much as they can. Now, this is an interesting thing, kind of odd. Let me see here. Speaking of prayer books, I got the Book of Parochial Use from your Western Rite in Scotland. Their form of Compline is different than traditional Western Compline. I'd like to hear a little more about how. And it says here, they also do the Psalter in a month and follow the Protestant numbering of the Psalter. That's not supposed to be happening. I don't. No, that doesn't sound right at all. That doesn't sound right at all. The Psalter takes a week. That doesn't sound right at all. I am more surprised than anything else, but I'd have to see the book. It's if you could, please send me some pictures. If you can reach out to me either on Discord, etc. I feel like this is possibly a misunderstanding, unless I can't see that, because the pictures I have seen of the book, the Book of the Parochial Use, appeared to follow our usages. If that's not the case, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm sure that His Grace Bishop James has a reason. I have no idea what that reason is, but it may be some kind of parochial use he's referring to. Now, this is one thing that Bishop Enoch actually warned me about with using Orthodox prayers of Old England. There is a difference between the cathedral and the monastic use. It is possible that this is cathedral use. I'm not as familiar with it as I should be, but it's possible. But in any case, it could be a legitimate divergence. I'm not sure, however. And so, okay. Hold on one moment. And let's see here. And okay, we're going to just scroll down, and somebody, let's see. No. I'm answering a question here. No. Let me see here. Hallberg, if you have put them in the Discord, I don't see them. Are you messaging them to me directly? How's this going here? Because I'll share the pictures. I'm as confused as anyone else here, and I'd have to find out. As I said, it could be a cathedral versus monastic use. We consistently use monastic uses in our services, so it's possible it's a cathedral use. So let me see here. And also, if you could post pictures on Gab, as I don't use Discord, and I'd like to see, as I've been considering getting the Book of Parochial Use. Well, okay, but I'm sure that there may be a good explanation. I know that our Bishop James is very, very well versed in this stuff. And if there is a reason, I'm sure he has one. I just don't know what it is. And then let me see here. That are basically anti-Eastern patristic. I'm not sure what that means. Don't mind the dog. I do have one of those. So yeah, if you could detail a little more in the chat, or if you want to come on and explain, it's fine too. Okay. I have a small dog, very loud dog. But okay, seriously. And so basically, enough, dog. Thank you. All right. And so I would like to see that. I would like to see what's going on there, and I'd like to get Bishop Enoch's consideration on it. Seriously, dog. Okay. Please don't mind the dog. For some reason, she's not smart and does not listen to commands like "be quiet." So, in any case, so yeah, we've as I mentioned, we've been on for 20 minutes. I'm going to get right back up, and I'm going to put this back. Today, I am issuing an open debate challenge in honor of the new year that we celebrated on Thursday. We are looking for open debates on anything related to Orthodoxy. We're looking for challengers, whether you're World Orthodox and want to challenge True Orthodox. We're looking for Roman Catholics if you want to challenge the Orthodox. We're looking for Monophysites or Oriental Orthodox if you want to challenge the Orthodox. We are here so we can take that challenge. Okay, and so we continue on. Okay, now the dog's. This is crazy. The dog's attacking me now. Get off my headset. And so I've got. Yeah, it's not a smart dog. Good thing I'm not on video right now. Anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure what the anti-Eastern patristic thing was, and posting pictures on Gab if possible. Again, that's up to Hallberg, or Elijah Hallberg. And let me see here. Okay, in the general, I see something new. Pictures below as requested. So we are waiting. Oof! What are you doing? What is this dog doing? What is this dog doing? I'm being attacked by a dog. Okay, thank you. We see pictures now. Give me one moment, please. All right, I'm gonna heart that. Okay, not this goofy dog. All right, so let's review. Okay, well that's just a collect. Okay, in the foregoing complaint. Oh, let me share this so I can take a look. Hold on. Let's see here. Share. Present. Share screen. Window. Why can't I share what's on the Discord? Okay. No. Oh boy. Okay, give me a moment. I'm gonna try to figure this one out because that's element. Oh, let me open Discord. Maybe that'll help. And then go back to put that there. And then okay. Let's share that. All right. So I'm gonna try to see if I can go backwards. So we're looking here. Okay. This is a collect. All right. Let me see this morning and evening prayers. Okay, Lord, hear my prayer, let my cry come unto thee. That's correct. Okay, these are Psalm. And let me see here. Psalm 43. Yudli Deu. Let me see here. All right, so taking a look here. Okay. 1 second while I make a comparison. Because I have a Compline here. Let me just grab the Compline from yesterday. All right. Give me a moment while I compare these two. So I'm opening up a Google Doc. And that's night vigils. Let me see here. Now keep in mind, this is from St. Cuthbert of Lindisfarne, so this is a very long one. But I am going to try to see if I can pull up this is the Nocturnes. Okay. Excuse me, this is 99 pages I'm scrolling through. Okay, let me see here. So Nocturnes. Okay. Morning Solemnity. Rolling through. Prime. Purse. Okay, one moment. All right, I'm not sure if this has a complement handy, but I'm going to have to grab one. Let me see if I have. Do I have my OPOE around? Give me one moment to grab it. I'm going to compare it. Let me see something here. Oy, oy. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, you got to get out of my way. I'm working on this. Third hour matins. Vespers. Come on, where are you? Compliments, page 27. Let me see what we've got here. Give me a second, guys. This does interest me to some degree. Okay. Okay, yeah, that is a completely different structure. Now let me see something here, because now I am curious as to how this occurred, because I am interested. Yes, I see that it should be Psalm 42. That's exactly what I suspected. I'm not sure. I am not sure why that wouldn't be used according to the Latin rendering. Give me one moment. I want to see what, because that would indicate. Hold on. Judica Deus. How does that begin? I want to see if this is an original translation or what this is. If this is the King James. Okay. Okay. So it seems to be. I'm assuming that then that means. Hold on. I'm gonna just quickly jump into one of those handy multi-Bible things. Okay, so we're gonna just switch to Bible Gateway. Let me just see first off if he's just using KJV. It's very possible. No, that's definitely not KJV. Let me check Douay Rheims. Douay Rheims 42, obviously. No. Give sentence with me, oh God, seems to, and defend my cause. It seems to pop up as the Anglican translation. And I'm not sure. I guess, I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand why this is being used. I don't get it. I understand the simplification. Our psalms are usually the ones we use in our books, and we have a blanket blessing for that, or it's the HTM Psalter. We've okayed using the Douay Rheims in some cases. I've never seen this, and I'm not sure what to say. I would assume. Let me see here. It should be Psalm 42, yeah, and I tried posting a link to the Antiochian Western Rite Carrot website as they have, to say the least, interesting articles in their journals section. They seem to have an anti-Eastern stance. They're just they're quasi-Roman Catholics. That's why I'm just really confused by this edition. Or no, I mean it's just I don't understand. I'm assuming it must be because perhaps that it's in the English regions. They just went with the thing. Okay, here we go. That's why. All right, let me see here. This edition contains extracts from the translation of the use of Sarum used in the 1662 Book of Common Prayer. Scripture quotations from the authorized version. Not exactly. Rights in these translations and the authorized version in the United Kingdom are vested in the Crown. Reprinted by permission of the Crown's patentee, Cambridge University Press. The right to print the book of the parochial use has been granted exclusively to St. Albans Press cum privilegio ad imprimendum solum. Well, it seems to me then that I'm assuming that this is basically using the Sarum translation as is used amongst different Anglican groups, etc. I don't know exactly. I guess the Church of England itself, insofar as I would assume it's been corrected to the standards against the previous editions, the pre-schism editions. That's my only assumption. I don't want to make any negative assumptions. I know that people sometimes do that. Like, is this it says it contains extracts from the translation of the use of Sarum. So my guess is it's using as much as possible in an Orthodox sense. That's kind of an economic decision, which I do kind of get. You do find that in early Orthodox translations of Eastern prayers as well. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't understand the numbering. Well, I mean, I do now if they're using the King James numbering, but I don't see a logic behind it. Hold on. I've got to fight this dog. Okay. And so that is, well, that's definitely different. Didn't see that coming. And so that's kind of odd, to say the least. But there is at least an explanation. And that explanation ultimately comes down to, is that an economic use of existing prayers to keep people that are somewhat familiar in the know? I guess it surprises me a little bit, but on the other hand, it may just be because of what they're comfortable with. I don't know that we would have done that. But again, I'm not Bishop James. I have no idea of the circumstances of his diocese. And I will say this, the Anglican version of the Sarum is not really that much different than ours. So it really comes down to a stylistic choice. Would I have included it in our book as a parish use book? I don't know that I would have. But again, I'm not a bishop, and I'm also not a bishop in Scotland. And I'm also not a bishop, with a cathedral in Scotland dealing with a bunch of different groups, including the Anglicans and other Orthodox that don't like them because of that. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't have gone for that choice, but I can see where somebody would. It's certainly not the same as including the Rosary. It's certainly not the same as including real post-schism devotions. Because if we're talking about that, what we're talking about is the nature of translations. And that's not necessarily a great thing. Now, the monthly thing surprises me, and I don't know if that's something that's based on the cathedral use versus the monastic use. And I would love it if Bishop Enoch were here and he could help explain that one, because there may be a perfectly good explanation for that is fair. And I don't want to just be like, whoa, that's just not how I work. And I hope it's legit. And yeah, I agree. It's a good idea to give him the benefit of the doubt. I hate to say this, but a lot of people hate what he's doing. And I have been, I personally have been, people have come up to me online in some of these chat rooms and stuff, and they try to cause issues with Bishop James. And quite frankly, all I do is report it back to Bishop James. Like, that's exactly what I'll probably be doing with this. And the point is, the reason for this is because Bishop James usually has a perfectly good explanation for what he's doing. And if that's the case, yeah, but the point is, I see what you're saying here. The monthly use is implied for lay people. I don't know if it's a cathedral use or not, and I'd feel bad if I say something stupid where I lack the knowledge on that. So I want to leave the monthly thing away until, like, say, Bishop Enoch gets here, because he would understand far better than I would the deep liturgics of it. I'm more of a apologetics guy, but not a liturgics guy. Really, dog? Fighting my dog here. And so, the point is, so I agree. I think that I'd give him the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of people especially do not like the work that Bishop James is doing in Scotland. He's literally reviving Orthodox practices in a cathedral and castle, and he has the means and the ability to do it. and he's been attracting a lot of attention. He's been attracting a lot of new faithful. So, it's not that I'm suspicious of anyone putting up stuff here. I know that that's legitimate surprise. I, as you can see, was legitimately surprised. But there's probably a pretty good explanation for certain things. And my guess would be it's likely more an economic thing. I still wouldn't have kept the numbering, so I wouldn't have used their numbering, so it's just me. But then again, I prefer like the Vulgate and the traditional numberings. But so yeah, that's what I've got on it. I know that I've actually had ecumenists try to cause division in our synod, try to see if, and the reason why is quite simply, it's simple jealousy, and it's a bad play. The assumption on the part of some of the people who have attacked us or have pulled stuff like this to try to cause dissension is because they really want Bishop James to go to them out of desperation, which he won't. Bishop James, as we have mentioned before, was originally in ROCOR, and he saw through the scam of Father Michael Wood stuff, and he's frankly a bishop of the church. So my guess is that he's not going to come rushing to the Antiochian Western Rite Vicariate to be their savior so that he can then use the rosary and stuff like that and validate them. He won't do it. So in that sense, I'm a little surprised by this, but I'm sure there's a good explanation. It's probably local, may have something else to do with cathedral uses, something Bishop Enoch would answer. And let me see here. And Elijah says, I think Bishop James seems like a genuine person, a decent chap as far as I can tell. Yeah, that's fine. I understand. And I'm not accusing you. I was saying that has happened to me underhandedly, where I've actually ended up exposing a person who eventually says, yeah, of course I think ecumenism is not a heresy. And I'm like, okay, well, now I know your motives. Bye. But you seem like you're just buying books. So yeah, I can get it. That would be a surprise to me too. Would you say that the Western Rite is more to appeal towards Anglican and Catholic converts? It used to be. I can't say. The problem is this. If we're talking pure liturgics and we're talking about the traditional Western Orthodox Rite, I would say it would appeal largely to the more educated and the populace among Roman Catholics and Anglicans. I would say that if you're talking about like the low church Anglicans, you're talking about like the the guitar mass Catholics, that's going to look as weird to them as it will to a Greek church. They might hear one or two. I mean, I was mostly Novus Ordo as a Roman Catholic. I remember maybe three of the Alleluias and things like that we use in the different rites of traditional Western Orthodoxy that I heard as a child. That's it. Like maybe the chanting of the Roman canon. And outside of that, everything else would look completely unfamiliar. And so, no, I don't think that it is more appealed to. If you're talking about what the Antiochians are doing, yes, then that's what they're trying to do is they're doing the exact opposite of what we're doing. We're trying to focus on what the patristics are and what the fathers of the West would have taught and done. And basically, their kind of argument is, as long as it's kind of sort of related to there was a term that they used, and I forget that term that Anthony Bashir used, but materially relatable or descended from an Orthodox practice, and it could be allowed. The problem with this argument of descendants is that you can apply it any way you like. I mean, technically the Filioque could be said to be logically descended if you're not using the fathers as a standard. So sure, hey, why not? Eucharistic adoration can be defended as the Eucharist holy. Well, then sure, it can be descended. The point is that sort of argument allows you to slip Francis of Assisi into the calendar, allows you to slip in the Sacred Heart. Somebody got mad at me on Twitter because I guess their priest wasn't allowed to use a Sacred Heart church for the service. And I was like, why would you Sacred Heart church? And then he muted me. So the point is that we do see a lot of strange stuff. I don't think, in all honesty, I think that with the Antiochian and increasingly the ROCOR Western Rite, all that's going to do is one of two things. One, it's going to be like this guy that's attacking Craig Trulli now, Patrick Craig Trulli now, who apostatized to Rome, because eventually all the Romanism that they're in love with will just catch up with them and they'll want to be Romanists. Or it's going to cause people to just say this doesn't seem real and just go to an Eastern Rite church, which was the original intent in many cases with a lot of these people when they started their Western Rite adventures. It was not to create a foundational Western Orthodox community, but it was just a way to get people to kind of come in and go, okay, so what's the rest of Orthodoxy like? Oh, smells and bells. I like this better. That was the whole idea originally for a lot of these people. Not us, but a lot of these people. Building an organic Western Orthodox community requires a lot more than that. It requires a change in mindset. It requires a change. It requires basically for you to become Orthodox. And so let me see here. Thanks for the context. I was first made aware of Western Rite through Antiochian, so seeing how they did Western Rite made me very skeptical, but your defense makes more sense. Well, yeah, I mean, that's if we're going to, the problem is this, you're coming from two different angles. Do you love the Holy Fathers of the West and do you want to follow what they do? Or do you love ecumenism? Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're trying to convince newly Orthodox Christians that they should be praying the rosary and praying to the Sacred Heart, then you're loving ecumenism a lot more than you're loving any Western Fathers of the Orthodox Church. And that's a shame. That's a shame because these people do have a lot of love for what they do. I look at what this Father Patrick Cardine put together. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he put it together from a place of love. There is a doubt in my mind as to whether he understands Orthodoxy outside of like on paper. And what I mean by that is that the lived practice of asceticism isn't an Eastern thing. It's a Western thing too. There were many, many great monastics and ascetics of the West who followed who did the Jesus prayer, who said their offices, and became great saints of the church. And then in the Western Rite Antiochians, you get Francis of Assisi, who was basically he was a wanderer, which is I forget which rank in Saint Benedict that is. That's not Sabbatian. There's the Cenobite, there's the Cenobitic life, there's the Anchorite life. Gyrovagues. Basically, Francis of Assisi was a gyrovague who beat himself up a lot. That is the example you're giving to Antiochian Western Rite people. That's a shame. It's sad, and that's really all I want to say about that. But in any case, once again, since we've now passed 40 minutes, I'm just going to jump back on here, and I'm just going to put an open debate challenge. Once again, we are, in honor of the new year, we are looking for new debaters. We're looking for new challengers. If you are World Orthodox and do not believe that, true Orthodox are in the church or we're schismatics, come on up. We'd love to have a debate. If you're a Roman Catholic who wants to argue that Orthodoxy is not the true faith and that you should believe in the Pope, come on up. We're looking forward to it. If you're a Monophysite or a Protestant and you want to argue that Orthodoxy is not the true faith, we welcome you. We are looking for anyone who's willing to come do a formal debate on these matters, and we are happy to take it. We have been offering this debate every year for the past 5 years or so, and in honor of the new year, we're starting again. Okay, so let me see here, and putting that aside, let's move down here, and I want to see if we have any news this week. I'm sure that there's always some news somewhere. It's been a very busy week for me, and I'm going to say this. There may not be a show next week, and there is a reason. And that reason is very simple. It is that I will not be in the state. I am leaving later this week to head to Kentucky to do a series of baptisms. And then we're going to head back. And so I mean, I hate to say it, but I also love to say it at the same time. Before I was a priest, I'd always get on this channel, get on this show. We do live shows, and I'd be like, if I was if it were up to me and I was a priest, I'd just go around the country baptizing everyone who asks. Well, now we're going to start doing that. So, if you are looking to join the church, you want to join the True Orthodox Church, you want to join a true, real Western Rite church, you want to learn about us, contact me, contact Bishop Enoch. We'll find a way. Best wishes to them. God willing, this will go well. It's also going to be my first public services outside of my house, my first baptisms my first wedding. So I'm either going to come out of this really, really experienced or really, really embarrassed. No, I'm kidding. It's all in the book. I'm going to be honest with you. I like making jokes about how incompetent I am, but here's the reality of it. These things are in really thick liturgical books with lots of words. And as long as you just keep reading them and doing the tones that you know for the pieces, it ends eventually and something wonderful is over. That's true especially true with the Holy Liturgy. You start out like just reading, and then eventually now you're in the midst of the thing, and I can't explain the thing, the mystical what it is. I can't explain it, but it makes sense that you just keep going. And then just so I'm looking forward to it. I want to try this. I want to see. God willing, we'll be bringing in a new family into the church, a whole bunch of new people, and thank God. And again, as more people, if they're interested in coming, contact the Abbey of the Holy Name. The phone numbers on the website, etc. There's, of course, there's also people who are right next to a true Orthodox church. Just go to it. Okay. So anyway, let's see here. Yesterday, I found Father Seraphim Rose's 1976 article on the Royal Path. He seems to be building a defense for true Orthodoxy. My jaw dropped. Well, he was in communion with true Orthodox Greeks, and he was in communion with Russia. Jerusalem and Serbia were also in communion with true Orthodox Greeks. This is something to forget. And Serbia is a complex case because you have the Free Serbian Church and the controversy there. So there's a lot to the history. There's a reason why I haven't actually made the true Orthodoxy in Serbia in 1 minute. And that's because even if I squish everything together, I think it's going to take at least 2 minutes. And I'd have to do a lot of history reading. So we'll see how it goes. God willing. Okay. Oh, hey, we have a caller. Hey there, Sava. How's it going? Sava? Okay. I don't know if he's muted. Give me 1 second. Let me unmute him. Okay, you've muted yourself, Sava. You might need to unmute.
Yeah, give me a second.
Hello? Okay, he's muted again. All right. Well, just let me know when you want to come on, or if you have a question, or just share a comment if there's like an issue with your audio or something.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to find a spot where the audio doesn't sound like garbage. Hello?
I see that you're talking. It's going into the. Can other people hear him and I just can't?
That's a good question.
Checking.
My mic should be working.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, first off, how is the audio for everyone on this? Give me just a moment. Okay. Switching back to the blue snowball. And okay. Can say something now, Saba.
Hello?
Can anyone hear him? Okay, you hear him. Okay, now I'm really weirded out because I can't hear him and I don't know why. Okay, so it's not you. It's definitely got to be me then. Okay. Here's what let me try to see if I can open this up on YouTube. This is going to be so weird. We have to do it again. I feel like it's a StreamYard thing. Okay, so we're gonna see here. Okay, I can't hear myself at all on this. Yipes! No.
Can you hear me now, or?
Okay, I'm really confused now. Let me see something. Checking. Okay, hello.
Hello, hi. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Assuming that's
now. It says I'm shut off here. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I've been able to hear you this whole time.
No, what is going on here? This is terrible. Okay, everyone can hear except for me. And you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Oh boy. All right, let's see here. I have an idea. Okay, so let me
New year, new problems.
see if I can. I'm going to try this. This is going to be weird, but let's see if I can get onto StreamYard from my phone, because that's odd, to say the least. And okay.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, one moment. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Let me try that. Hold on. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to jump out of StreamYard and pop back in now that my phone's inside. One moment.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. Saba?
Hello. Is it
I hear
finally
you.
working?
Well,
Okay,
it's
good.
either this or the phone. I'm not sure.
I have to do the same thing with my phone because every time I try to log in with my computer, it doesn't want to work. I have to do the whole weird process that you just did. I have to do the same thing. What? And now I can't hear you. I don't know what happened. And now I can't hear you, Father, if you're speaking. This is incredibly bizarre.
Okay, wait. Can you hear?
Okay.
Oh, here we go. All right. Let me see what. Okay, hold on. It's a trippy, everyone. Give me a moment.
Oh, well.
Oh, let me see here. Yeah, StreamYard's getting weird. Um,
Yeah,
so
as
I'm
soon
not
as I
sure
joined.
why that is happening.
That's because I joined.
I can kind of hear you through the phone now, so I guess that's what I'm going to have to work with. So how's it going?
I, it's going pretty good, but I feel like since I joined, the whole stream is falling apart. That's
Well, it's not you per se. I just don't know what it is. It is a StreamYard bug, and so unfortunately. So, what's your question or comment or thoughts?
yeah. I had a few questions on mind. One of them is one of the few that I actually wanted to ask. I tried to ask over the Discord. It was about the Synod of Jerusalem in 1672.
Mhm.
You mentioned that the modernists, in particular, do not like the Synod of Jerusalem, and
Anyone
I
who
believe
doesn't like the words original sin does not like the 1672 sin. Hello?
oh, yeah, you cut out there for a second. I don't know what
Oh,
just
I said
happened.
anyone who does not like the words original sin will not like the 1672 synod. All of those 17th century synods cover things like the calendar, cover things like basic theological traditions and concepts, and they don't like them.
Yeah, I know. I tell everyone to read the Confession of Eliseus. I think that's a very important work for.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great work introducing people to the Orthodox faith. And a lot of people have come back to me and they said, "Oh, well, I don't like it, and this doesn't sound Orthodox to me." Especially come from like a Romanidian view or whatnot. That they
Yep.
definitely do not like. Definitely do not
Anti-Augustine.
like it. Yeah. And the same thing happens with the Synod at Yassi. People do not like that one either. And uh, with regards to how I bring this up to people, I tell people, well, these councils. I don't know if this is entirely accurate. This is my question. I tell people, well, these councils are some of the closest things we've had to ecumenical councils since arguably the Hesychast debate, the Hesychast controversy of the 14th century, or the Photian schism, or any of this other stuff. And people don't understand what the importance of these councils are. Do you have a clarification for that, Father?